Namaskar and welcome to this edition of Parliament News. I'm Sakal Bhatt. First up, proceedings from the Lok Sabha. Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari said in Lok Sabha today that rapid strides in technology and green fuel will reduce the cost of electric automobiles, bringing them at par with petrol-run vehicles in the next 2 years. Replying to a discussion on the demands for the grants for Road Transport and Highways Ministries 2022-23, Gadkari emphasized the need to shift the cost-effective indigenous fuel and hope that this will be a reality soon. This will bring the pollution levels down and improve the overall situation in Delhi. Urging MPs to adopt hydrogen technology for transport, Gadkari asked them to make initiative in their respective districts for converting sewage water to produce green hydrogen. Hydrogen will soon be the cheapest fuel alternative, he said. Within a maximum of 2 years, the cost of the electric scooter, car, auto rickshaw will be same as petrol-driven scooter, car, auto rickshaw. Prices of lithium battery are also coming down, and India is developing this chemistry of the zinc ion, aluminium ion, sodium ion batteries, Gadkari said. If on petrol you are spending ₹100, then on electric vehicle you will spend ₹10, Gadkari added. He said road projects worth whopping ₹62,000 crore have been undertaken in the national capital to ease traffic congestions and tackle the problem of pollution. Gadkari recalled how he used to get stuck for an hour in Dhola Kuan traffic every time he used to travel to and from airport. In 2019, Gadkari had inaugurated a 3-lane underpass at Parade Road Junction near Dhola Kuan in Delhi to ease the traffic moving from Delhi to the airport in Gurugram. The government is trying to reduce pollution and his ministry is spending ₹62,000 crore only for tackling Delhi pollution, he said, noting that the ring roads and other roads were constructed so that pollution comes down. The minister further added that it is this endeavour to make the road infrastructure in India at par with the Union states by 2040. In this context, he referred to a famous quote by former US President John F. Kennedy that American roads are not good because America is rich, but America is rich because American roads are good. Highlighting the improvement in highway connectivity and road infrastructure, Gadkari said that it now takes only 40 minutes to travel to Meerut from Delhi as against 4 hours earlier. Our aim is to reduce the cost of construction and improve the quality, he added. Adding the milestone of 38 kilometers a day road construction, which is a world record, was achieved by India last year. On the progress in the building of infrastructure, the minister said the road travel between Delhi-Jaipur and Delhi-Haridwar now takes 2 hours. Similarly, the travel time from Delhi-Amritsar is now 4 hours. Gadkari added that connectivity between Delhi to Mumbai will be improved such that travel time is reduced to 12 hours and added that this will be completed within this year. And before the end of this year, the ministry will work to ensure that from Srinagar you are able to reach Mumbai in 20 hours, he said. Work is on in full swing for the Zojila Tunnel in Kashmir and is expected to be completed by 2024, much before the scheduled target of 2026, he said. Gadkari added that currently 70% of the goods and 90% of the passenger traffic are travelling by road, as he highlighted the importance of becoming more competitive and reducing logistics costs. Even as India builds a massive road infrastructure, it is taking every step to safeguard the ecological aspects, Gadkari said, adding that about 1,000 specialized contractors who can transplant trees will ensure that they are not cut down. Opposition parties protested in Lok Sabha on Tuesday against the increase in prices of fuel and cooking gas and staged a walkout demanding a rollback. Raising the issue after question hour, Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary said the opposition parties had been claiming that the prices of the diesel and petrol would increase after the election process. Members of the Congress, TMC, NCP, DMK and left parties raised slogans from their seats against the fuel prices hike and demanded a rollback. The opposition parties had tried to raise the issue of fuel price hike as soon as Lok Sabha met for question hour, but were disallowed by the Speaker Om Birla, who had told the opposition parties to raise the issue after question hour. Petrol and diesel prices were on Tuesday hiked by 80 paisa a litre, while domestic cooking gas prices were increased by ₹50 per cylinder, ending an over 4.5-month election-related hiatus in a rate revision. The opposition on Tuesday sought to punch holes in the government's regional connectivity scheme, UDAN, claiming that less than 50% routes awarded under the Marquee initiative were operational and only a fraction were functioning without subsidy. Initiating a discussion in Lok Sabha on the demand for grants for the Civil Aviation Ministry, Congress member Ravneet Singh Bittu said that only 405 routes out of the 948 awarded by the Airports Authority of India since October 2016 were operational as on December 2021. Bittu also voiced concerns over the budgetary cuts for Directorate of Civil Aviation, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security and the Aircraft Accident Investigation Board. In the wake of the recent air crash in China, he said he would urge the minister to see greater allocation for the 3 divisions at the revised estimate stage. Also sought greater allocation for regional connectivity scheme. Trinamool member Mahua Moitra also questioned the lower allocation for the Udan scheme. DMK member SR Pratibhan wondered how the Udan scheme would succeed when private airline operators were looking for profitable routes. Bittu also flagged concerns about double night shifts for pilots, claiming that it resulted in fatigue and could have serious consequences. He accused the civil aviation regulator DGCA of being hand in glove with airline companies, contending that little attention was being paid to the welfare of pilots. A pilot cannot form unions and he has to give a 6-month notice before he can quit his job. But the airline can sack a pilot at a day's notice, Bittu said. BJP member Mahesh Sharma criticized the previous Congress governments for taking over Air India from Tata Sons in 1953 and later pushing the airline into heavy debts by ordering 111 aircrafts. He lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi for taking the initiative for the sale of Air India. Our Prime Minister believes that there is no business for the government to be in business, Sharma said, adding that Air India has now rightfully gone back to Tata Sons. BJP member Rajiv Pratap Rudy on Tuesday made a strong case for developing 30-40 greenfield airports in the country to cater to the requirement of ever-increasing number of air passengers. Participating in the discussion on demands for grants for Civil Aviation Ministry in Lok Sabha, he said that upgrading existing airports and using defence enclaves for civil aviation is not the future. Former Civil Aviation Minister Rudy said the capacity of existing airports or brownfield airports cannot be increased beyond a point even after incurring huge expenditure. Similarly, the airports at defence enclaves cannot be upgraded as Air Force planes do not need Cat 3 or night landing facilities which are essential for operating large civilian aircrafts. He asked the government to expedite development of a new airport at Patna and focus on developing 25 to 30 or 40 greenfield airports in the country. Rudy said that the first revolution in the civilian aviation sector was started by the father of current Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia, Madhavrao Scindia, who opened the sector for private airlines. Thereafter, how Coast Airlines revolutionized the sector in 2003 when Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister. He said it was time to develop large airports and follow the hub and spoke model to take civil aviation to newer heights. He also asked the government to devise a policy to encourage air sports, which has huge potential. TMC MP Mahua Moitra on Tuesday demanded that the Civil Aviation Ministry be scrapped, merged to create a holistic ministry for transport as it was no longer in the business of running a national airline. Moitra pointed out that since 2014, Air India formed 60-95% of the Civil Aviation Ministry's budget. The sale of Air India, basically an airline that cost the exchequer about 120,000 crore in the past 10 years due to gross mismanagement, is being now lauded as a landmark success, she said, slamming the government. Pointing to the decrease in the amount for regional connectivity scheme Udan and Air India privatization, she asked that with a paltry budget expenditure of rupees 1,240 crore, what is the need for a separate Ministry of Civil Aviation? Sangeeta Azad urged the government to expedite development of an airport at Azamgarh. NCP member Sunil Tatkare said that the government should expand Pune Airport to enable landing of large aircraft. Dushyant Singh BJP said that the government should modernize the airports to meet the requirement of increasing number of passengers. ST Hassan from Samajwadi Party demanded that an international airport be set up in Moradabad to encourage exports. The other who spoke include MP Abdusamad Samadhani from IUML, Hasnain Masoodi JKNC. And now let's move to news from Rajya Sabha, where the proceedings of the upper house began with the chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu making a reference on the occasion of World Water Day. This year, the UN theme of the World Water Day is groundwater. Sustenance of the life depends on groundwater. With increase in population, urbanization, demand for water has increased. Conservation of the water and preservation of the water resources is of utmost importance for our country. This house supports efforts for conservation of water, he said in a reference on World Water Day. Chairman Venkaiah Naidu also made a reference to the China's Eastern Airlines crash that took place on Monday. In the reference, the chairman said the House conveys India's stand of solidarity with them in their hour of grief. The House observed silence as a mark of respect for those who died in China air crash yesterday. After laying the papers, the chairman said that he has received notices under Rule 267 from various opposition members against hike in prices of petrol and LPG. However, the notices have been disallowed, the chairman said. This led to protests from opposition members who trooped in the well. The chairman appealed to the members to allow the 0 hour to proceed when the protests continued. He said that the protesting members would be named in the House bulletin. Thereafter, he adjourned the House till 1200 hours. When the House reassembled at 1200 hours, opposition members again entered the well of the House, raised slogans protesting the rise in fuel prices. Amid the protest, Deputy Chairman Harivansh called for proceedings for question hour. However, nothing could be heard in the din of the opposition parties. After repeated pleas by the chair to the opposition to allow the question hour to proceed fell on deaf ears, he adjourned the House till 1400 hours. When the House reassembled at 1400 hours, the Deputy Chairman called for taking up Jammu and Kashmir Appropriation Bill and Jammu and Kashmir Appropriation Number 2 Bill. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman moved the bill for consideration and return, initiating the discussion on the bill. Vivek Tankha of the Congress said that in the last 5 years and 254 days, Jammu Kashmir has been either under governor's rule or president rule. There is no assembly to discuss the budget proposal for Jammu Kashmir. Members of the Rajya Sabha are discussing the budget for Jammu Kashmir, but Kashmiri people are not discussing it. Even the 4 members of the Rajya Sabha from Kashmir are not here to discuss the budget, he said. He said that no investment is coming into Jammu and Kashmir because there is no climate for investment, adding that the budget for Jammu and Kashmir does not represent the aspirations of the local people. Feedback for the budget has come from people who do not represent the aspirations of the state. He said that there has been a decline in industries like horticulture, tourism. He said demand for the Kashmiri apples, shawls and willow bats has reduced. Traditional arts are dying. There is a lot of despondency among the people of the state. There are infinite possibilities, but they can only be realized if there is a legislative assembly put in place, he said. Anil Jain of the BJP said that there was need to restore faith in the state, which is what the Narendra Modi government has tried to do in the last 3 years, adding that the abrogation of Article 370 is in a way realization of the vision of late Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, who was for a single system and constitution for the entire country. Mohammad Nadimul Haq of the All India Trinamool Congress said that under the governor's rule, Jammu and Kashmir has transformed into a police state. His speech evoked uproar from the members of the Treasury benches. Trinamool Congress member raised questions on the allocation of rupees 90,555 crore for police and home departments in Jammu Kashmir. V. Sivadasan of the CPIM said the budget does not reflect aspirations of the local people in Jammu and Kashmir, called for early restoration of Legislative Assembly in Jammu and Kashmir. Ram Gopal Yadav of the Samajwadi Party, responding to the speech of Anil Jain, blamed the Congress for plight of Kashmiri Pandits, saying that the present government cannot escape responsibility for rehabilitation of Kashmiri Pandits. You have been in power for 7 years. How many Kashmiri Pandits have you rehabilitated? So you cannot escape this responsibility now, he said. Binoy Visham of the CPI said that the present government is creating difficulties in the growth of Jammu and Kashmir. He said that there is a need to restore faith in Jammu and Kashmir. Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Shiv Sena said that a lot is being said about Kashmiri Pandits, but there is nothing in the budget for Kashmiri Pandits. She said that it is unfortunate that the ruling party is doing politics on the issue of Kashmiri Pandits. Fawzia Khan of the NCP hoped that in the coming years, the budget will be discussed in the democratically elected Legislative Assembly of the Jammu and Kashmir. She said that major part of the budget has gone into meetings of the revenue deficit. She wanted to know what is the status of the schemes promised for the people, adding that there was no scheme to promise employment in the state. There was a brief uproar by the members of the Treasury benches on the use of word by the NCP member. When BJP member Nityanand Rai sought to raise a point of order, Dr. Fawzia Khan objected to it. Rajni Patil of the Congress said that in contrast to the claims of the government that the situation is normal in Jammu Kashmir, conditions in the state are far from normal. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi of the BJP said the budget is for betterment of conditions of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Justifying the abrogation of Article 370, he said that it has brought Jammu and Kashmir in the ambit of all legislations passed in Parliament, saying that nearly 164 laws hindering the progress of the people of the Jammu and Kashmir have been removed. Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP responded to the opposition expressing concern on unemployment in Jammu and Kashmir, saying that the unemployment rate has come down from 20% in 2016 to 16% at present, saying that the Jammu and Kashmir has become an open defecation-free state. G. Krishan Reddy of the BJP said that there has been a growth in the tourism sector after abrogation of Article 370. Tourism has received a boost after abrogation of Article 370. He added that tourist inflow has increased by 3 times since 2019. Under the Pradhan Mantri Sadak Yojana, efforts are being made to link all districts with road network. DP Vats of the BJP said that the Narendra Modi government is trying to weed out corruption and insurgency from Jammu and Kashmir. Ramnath Thakur of the JDU said employment should be generated for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Neeraj Shekhar of the BJP accused the opposition of politicizing the abrogation of Article 370, saying that abrogation of Article 370, Kashmir is moving on the path of development. M. Thambadure of the AIADMK stressed the need for employment generation for people of the valley. Jairam Ramesh of the Congress said that there should be great clarity on elements of the revenue budget. The discussion has concluded and the reply by the Finance Minister Sitharaman will be held tomorrow. The Deputy Chairman called for taking up special mentions. After laying special mentions, the House was adjourned for the day. And with that, it's time to wrap up this edition of Parliament News. We'll be back tomorrow. Namaskar.